And we are back. In the last episode, we managed to take Thomond, but it was a severe grind. Liam has these scars to show for it. I think it makes sense for his character, though. The whole thing. He's brave. He would have been leading from the front. It makes sense that he got wounded. And on top of that, he's not a super experienced soldier. So the first war not going exactly to plan, I think makes sense. We also still don't even have enough people around to fill up our court positions. Our Chancellor was actually killed in battle the other episode, so the one person we did have is now dead. In terms of our military, we are almost fully raised again, which isn't too bad. I am probably going to station my light horsemen over here just so we get those little bits of boosts as well. We may have to go bare bones on our council for now, but if anybody shows up and is willing to work, we are hiring. Okay, and my wound has healed. So I have lost the trait wounded, but we did gain the trait scarred, which I'm actually happy with. That will give us some prestige per month. And then it looks like we can actually level up the scarred trait path as well. So as we level this up, our kind of health continues with that tiny penalty, but we start to actually get more prestige. We now truthfully have these scars to show for that first war. I honestly think that a war against Leinster may be the option, just in the hope that we can maybe recruit some prisoners, or there's still some people kicking around there who want a job. So you know what? Let's do it. Let's go to war for Leinster. We're going to declare. The good thing is that he has no allies. The only thing I'm hopeful for is that we have enough men independently to actually siege down. Yep, see, we're already getting bandits running rampant because of our low control over here. Hopefully we just win this, and then we have enough men left that we can siege it down. Once that happens, this should be super, super smooth sailing. We're going to have another win there, and we do have some people captured. Hopefully we can actually recruit you. Can I recruit you? Yes, I can. Okay. So let's have a look at you. Okay. Insightful thinker, patient, gluttonous, and lustful. So he's super sinful. He's very, very sinful. But I think we might take him just because he can work for us. So now if I go in here and look for a marshal, he's there. I can assign him, and I'm going to have him increase control over here. I don't know if ever in Crusader Kings before I've gone to war just because I needed people in my court. But it's working for us thus far. Okay, so we've been called to war by our ally in Ormond. The problem is they are asking me to join them in a northerner conquest. Now, I'm thankful that this isn't happening to me, because it would be extremely hard for me to deal with at the moment. The problem is when I accept this, what's it going to be? Maybe 3,000? I feel like there could be more when I actually join it though. What I'm more concerned about is if this northerner invasion wins, then that means that this little piece of land right next to us in our duchy is then going to belong to this man here. And I believe he's going to keep his special soldiers there of 3,000 as well. I'm going to accept, and I'm going to essentially just hope that they take a while to get here, try and deal with these two over here. Generally with the northerner invasions, like a few men spawn, like I think it's actually like the leader himself spawns like near or on the land, and then his special soldiers come over in a boat and kind of help him. We may have a chance here, maybe, if we can like get our men raised up as much as possible and then deal with them when they're recently disembarked. We're going to have to see though. For now, let's just try and deal with my war first and foremost. And there we go. Okay. So, I mean, enforced demands here. Thank you very much. We got some legitimacy. We're still negative on prestige. That's fine. I'm going to just go straight for the commander. Sometimes you can be lucky. Hey, and we're the culture head of Irish. Amazing. Sometimes you can be lucky and actually capture the leader in this fight, but it's not always the case. But we'll definitely fight them anyway for the sake of even just taking one commander out of the fight. Okay, in that case we don't. We do win though. Right, I'm going to pause. I'm sure these Vikings are going to show up any time now. So since we're now the head of Irish culture, that now means that we can direct our innovations. Each of these individual innovations are going to be of benefit to us, but what we primarily want to aim for is this decision here, to adopt feudal ways. What this will do is it means that we'll go from being tribal to feudal, which allows us to do certain things like using vassal contracts, and kind of having more control. Generally, as we grow, it's going to be nicer being feudal and having things be more kind of contract based than tribal based. It'll make going to war a bit more of a hassle, but it's generally worth it, especially since so long as we're tribal, we're generally stuck at this level of innovation. So we're kind of stuck in tribal. We can't even take the early medieval ones. For now, though, I'm going to stick with Banis just because 31 years versus 75 years is pretty crazy. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm going to jump in. It says we'll probably win. They do have more soldiers, but they are going to be recently disembarked. I feel like they're going to have numbers, though. I would be surprised, but I think we might. I think recently disembarked is such a heavy penalty that we are actually going to deal with 3... Oh, to the loathsome chieftain Liam, you are weak and I am strong. There is no justification needed for me to come and take what I wish from you. So this 3-year-old in Ennis is coming back for Thomond, and that war is over. So Ormond gets most of those. I don't believe I get anything. No, but I helped out. Oh, pause the game. Okay, so he's immediately moving in with his 620 here. The enemy ally from before has joined. Now, she took a while to show up from before. She's actually based in Iceland, so that's why. So it'll take her a little bit to get here. I also got another martial perk, so... Let's see, heavy infantry, engineered for destruction. I think here I may actually go serve the crown just to get some control growth because we're behind on control growth because we haven't had a marshal for so long. So I will take serve the crown for now. All right, they're going to try and retreat back. It looks like we'll catch them though. Yeah, and this should be fine. This is so much activity for just like taking 2 counties. I thought it would just be like kind of my wars dictating it, but the AI is super, super active this game. There we go. That's him dealt with. Now I'm going to land over here in Ennis and just start sieging it down anyway. We may have to abandon this if we see his allies show up. Now we do have another prisoner. He's craven and lazy and gluttonous, but he is a fortune builder. So he would potentially make a very good steward. Now what claims does he have though? That is important. Okay, he has a claim on this. So I would want him to renounce that as well. So this way, he's going to lose his claims, so he shouldn't become an issue later if he decides he doesn't like me and wants to take my title. And I will recruit him like so. Amazing. We'll probably leave him on collect taxes for now. It's not going to make a huge difference. We'll eventually have him doing development back in our capital for adopt feudalism. But for now, that's fine. Okay, no, he's not recently disembarked anymore, so this is going to be even. But it's even with just me. Once my allies get here, they should turn the tide. If they get here quicker than that, probably. No, I think we still lose. This is reminiscent of the first episode. It's going to be close, too. Ridiculously close. Can I just check? Will they white peace at the moment? No, they won't. Okay. I would have been willing to white peace a defensive war any day of the week. And I'm wounded again. Okay, at this point, I don't know if my troops are going to be inspired by me. Oh god, and it's an aggravated wound because I got a failed wound treatment. I gained severely injured. Oh boy, hold on a second. Let's pause this. So I am severely injured now. So I get a debuff to all of my stats and my health is at a severe penalty. Thankfully, we have lots of other things going for us like athletic and hail. So we're still feeling fine, but that is not great. I may want to take myself off of the front line for upcoming battles. What about my daughters, folks? I could get a alliance with the High Chiefdom of Connacht. It's a +1. Let's send that. Let's send that straight away. Another alliance formed. Amazing. Will you come and help me, please? Yes, you will. Additional taxes. See, this is it. This is it. You know what I mean? We had this guy. We had him in prison. He was, well, what was he again? He was lazy. He was afraid. He was gluttonous. But we saw something in him. We knew that he could make us some money, and he's actually doing that, which is amazing. Yes, and we captured him again. We captured him again. So surely this will put him in his place. We're going to enforce demands here. He spends that. We gain some prestige. So we at least got something out of this defensive war. And with that, thank you all so much for watching episode 2 of this Crusader Kings 3 series. It's going well so far. You know, I didn't want to spend 5 minutes talking about it at the start, but I am trying to kind of roll with the punches more in this playthrough. I'm trying to play it from a more roleplay perspective. Not exactly voice acting or anything, but trying to kind of identify certain things like the little notices, character interaction, things like that. It's still quite early days. As you see, we don't even have enough people to fill a court, let alone kind of tell a huge soap opera. But as time progresses, I think kind of different traits that we get amongst the characters, or, you know, when we eventually get an heir, his traits and the style of that character I'll use to kind of determine how we want to play him. The goal of this is not to be optimized. It's not a tutorial series on how to unify Ireland the quickest in Crusader Kings 3. When I play, I'm quite used to just, you know, right-clicking off of lots of notifications unless they're like super important or relevant, but I'm trying to lean into them a little bit more here, get a little bit more into the roleplay aspect, but any feedback at all on that is always more than welcome in the comments. And similarly, please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. This is still only the second video ever on this channel. I am really looking forward to progressing it, becoming the King of Ireland, and who knows from there. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great day.